Gaurav, quickly, your response. So there's good and bad on both sides. You indulge with the good, you communicate with the good.
You know, I completely agree with Government of India when they say you cannot equate the perpetrator of terror and the victim of terror. And like Donald Trump in his lack of wisdom and some others, lack of wisdom or otherwise, they seem to be equating India and Pakistan. You cannot equate the two. The Pakistani civil society... the Pakistani civil society, if it wants good relations with India, after almost 80 years of bleeding at the hands of the Pakistani state, I want evidence. You know, there's a saying, in God I trust, everywhere else I want data. I want evidence that Pakistan wants good relations with India. Otherwise, I do not want to open either my home or my heart and bleed again and again and again. I don't. You know, let them be happy. Look, I'll tell you what these Pakistanis do. Hear me out. Pakistanis mint money in India. Their film industry is a disaster. Their cricketing will not work without India. So they want to come to India. They want to make money in India. The moment they make money in India, they again want to go back to Pakistan and spew venom. So, you know, we named a few. I have a long list which runs into 7-8 pages. Mahira Khan. Operation Sindoor, seriously cowardly act. She has experienced hate and rhetoric. Fawad Khan, this is an attack on terrorist training camp. Fawad Khan supposed to be this heartthrob. I don't know why. But Fawad Khan, what does he say? Deepest condolences to the families of those killed and injured in India's targeting of Bahawalpur, Murid.
But Gaurav, these are Pakistanis.
Then why should they make money in India? Why should they make money in India?
Portraying the attacks on the terrorist organization as attack on civilians.
Yes.
So
imagine,
we are hitting Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed and then
if media is accused of peddling lies everywhere, in our side of the border also and their side of the border also, okay? So maybe they are also falling victims to that. So if a common man over there believes what their media, obviously a spineless media, let's go by what the popular opinion is, if they are telling them the civilians died, they will write those things. So not that I'm saying, but I don't know, I have not read his tweet. Did he use bad language?
Why are we so desperate to give that benefit of the doubt to Pakistanis?
You know, what the two sides, what citizens of the two sides say during a warlike situation, each one of them will wear their national flag, their national identity with pride. Our TV channels, Anjali said spineless media. Let us not try, no, 1 minute. Let us also introspect. Ours is the media which said we have marched into Islamabad, that we have bombed Karachi port.
We bombed Bali cantonment. That is Karachi.
Okay, one at a time. Yeah.
When you are in a warlike situation, you are facing propaganda battles on both sides. Actors, citizens, civil society all get caught in these propaganda battles on both sides. That's the reality. If in normal times people use the kind of words, some of the words that Gaurav said actors have used or anchors have used, unacceptable, they should be ostracized and they will be. Civil, please understand.
They are getting film roles in India.
1 minute. On both sides of the border, I maintain there are extreme voices and there are voices of moderation. Unfortunately, in the last 30 years, the voice of extreme have now taken over. They've got normalized and therefore voice of moderation, if you want to call me as a voice of moderation, is branded today anti-national. That's what's happened, unfortunately, in the last 30 years. I'm more than happy to live with it. I will still persist in ensuring that the voices of civility, I'm making a distinction. Voices of civility will be encouraged. Voice of extremity in Pakistan, I will condemn them and I will call them out. I want to make that distinction very clearly.
I want you to call them out. I want you to repeatedly call them out.
Unfortunately, in this country, the so-called voice of extremity, who call people like me anti-national, are the ones who engage Shahid Afridi. Who go with Shahid Afridi are spotted sitting in a VVIP enclosure during the Asia Cup.
That doesn't call them out. Both of you agree on that. Let's be very clear. Both of you agree at least on one thing, which is that, you know, you should go ahead and call out the extremist elements who make these kind of comments. We've got to a point.
First let him make his point, then I want to come in.
Archita, the problem remains the Nazariya of Pakistan, the very founding of Pakistan. Pakistan is founded on that hardcore religious extremist idea. And that is a fact. We have to accept that fact. And if you see, I'm sure many people here have read the book of Hussain Haqqani, Pakistan Military to Mosque. The military and mosque relationship, in building Pakistan and keeping Pakistan intact is the very basis of Pakistan. And we all agree that rational voices are there on the either side of the border. Yes, they are there. But how much importance they get, how much voice do they have? Are they marginalized in the Pakistan polity? That remains a
They
problem.
will get more marginalized if you are involved in it. Please understand this. You say Pakistan is founded on religion, on the mosque. The truth is, within Pakistan, look at the battles that are taking place within communities. We've seen battles at various levels, the Shia Sunni battles. No, it's not our problem. I am saying in any society, there will be multiple voices. My limited point is, our attempt should be to encourage the voices of civility and moderation, and at the same time, isolate, target, condemn, and ostracize the voices of extremism. Can we do that? Can we do that? No. But can we do that? Why can't we do that?
If Bashir Badr can travel to Pakistan, yes, he was welcome. If Javed Akhtar traveled Pakistan, yes, he was welcomed there. So Faiz Ahmed Faiz visited India. He was welcomed here.
But now we no longer do that also. That's my point.
And even
you are right. There was a time when we did that. Now we don't do it.
What did Vajpayee said? Vajpayee said that every peace initiative was taken by India during his time.
Agreed.
He said
no, but that's
every peace initiative.
Let Pakistan take the peace initiative after demonstrative action against India.
No, this relationship has always been improved.
No, so let Pakistan.
Agreed with you on that.
Because that's a fact. Rajdeep, everything that I say is backed by empirical evidence of Pakistani hatred towards India, and I fail and I will not fall for people saying false equivalence between India and Pakistan. There is no equivalence between a state sponsor of radical Islamist terror and a victim. But let me quickly make the point that I want to make. In Pakistan,
you still want to make a point?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Very desperately trying to. I simply want to say, if Pakistan wants good relations with India, if their civil society wants good relations with India, let them show action on ground. And one thing, take action against Hafiz Saeed. That's the least we can expect them to do.
Dawood Ibrahim also.
Take action against Dawood Ibrahim
also.
So
responsibility.
Then let them put pressure. Let them put pressure on the Pakistani state. And if they cannot, then please spare me. I do not want any more Indians to die for this Aman ki Asha. There is no Aman ki Asha. And we are Pakistan, we fail to realize that.
You keep saying
that has always remained a paradoxical situation that Aman ki Asha or Shuja Pasha.
Okay, go ahead.
When has any of this been a deterrence? Has Pakistan stopped its terror factories just because we stopped talking or we condemn everybody, every Pakistani as a terrorist?
If someone tries to intrude your space, what will you do, Geeta? You just have to guard your fences.
I'm saying when has it been a deterrence? But if you say that I don't want to do this because I don't want to see people die, means that you're saying if we do this, we'll stop seeing terrorism.
We haven't had a 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. Again,
we have to.
But Pahalgam. Okay, again, hear me out. Again,
we've had Pathankot.
Yes,
but then
but I think we have to come back to the point that we haven't had a point is consistency of policy.
Do we recognize the fact that right now the situation?
Again, you see, then there are 4 people making one point, and if I'm to
no, they're not. You're the only person speaking.
Let me make
You're
the
the only
point.
person speaking. You're not
Post 2019 Balakot attack, we haven't had a single terror attack outside Jammu and Kashmir. Post Balakot. Point 1. Point 2. We haven't had a 26/11 Mumbai terror attack. Again.
1 minute.
Can I complete?
No, 1 minute. Gaurav, again you must
complete my point.
No, 1 minute.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Time out.
You missed me.
166 people at 2008 Mumbai.
Am I right in saying that between 2008 November, when the Mumbai attack took place, till 2015, for about 7 years, we had outside, just the same point that you're making, we had no major terror attack outside Jammu.
German bakery.
German bakery was
2009.
Yeah, there were 1 or 2, but the broad
Zaveri Bazaar.
There was no, that was way earlier.
No, 2011.
What I don't understand is how is all this related
2 people dying and 166
Sorry, please go ahead.
Everyone time out. I wish I could mute. I can't mute in the studio.
So go ahead.
Now, my point is, we've completely strayed. You know, either you talk about the fact that Indian government should now start thinking about building relationships and should start talking to Pakistan. Is that the point? No, we are not talking about that. We are talking about cultural and YouTube bans and whatnot. That is the lowest rung of any kind of action that anybody
No,
could
so is that
do.
because of the fact that we're looking at an unprecedented situation of post-Pahalgam?
We have seen other situations. We've seen 2016. We've seen attacks like this earlier, and banning channels and YouTube voices has never helped. So I think...
Why should Pakistanis
Hold on,
make money
Gaurav,
out of
Gaurav,
India?
hold on,
Their
please.
YouTube channels, they
Gaurav,
will make money.
Gaurav, time out.
Why,
You want them-
why
no,
don't
one
we
second,
take
I'm sorry,
action
you have
about
to
the
let
Pahalgam
everyone
attacks?
speak.
Why don't we
Anjali.
get those people who've done it? And then
Operation Sindoor was taking action. Operation Sindoor is taking action on Pahalgam.
Yes.
I know
Further?
you're saying if we listen to each other's YouTubers, they end up making money. My limited point is,
Yes
in
or
an
no?
age, 1 minute, in an age of information overload, what is far worse is information darkness.
There is no information darkness in today's day and
One
age.
minute. I think both sides need to hear each other out. You don't want to see some YouTuber who's spewing venom against India. You don't have to see him.
Block.
Who has started? You can block him. My limited point is
That's what the government has done
So,
for a
please go
nation.
ahead. Please
Block
go
them.
ahead.
On an individual-
And unblock.
Now,
And
please.
then block.
And then the point is that the problem between the two countries is we take knee-jerk actions, we take ad hoc actions without a consistent long-term policy. My limited long-term
Yes.
policy is simply this, and we saw it with Captain Amrinder Singh, I repeat, when he was Chief Minister of Punjab. He made a genuine effort to get the two Punjabi sides of the across the border to have sporting exchanges, cultural exchanges, and you can ask him. He himself found it was a major bridge builder. Now, I'm not saying it's going to change anything overnight, but when you have sanity restored in an insane atmosphere, it's something to be treasured. If I can speak to fellow journalists from Pakistan, let's say from a Geo TV, and we can have a conversation, what's wrong with that? Why should that not happen?
Pranav is already watching.
Let's respond.
Please
Gaurav,
understand,
can I-
1
one
minute,
second, Rajdeep.
before
Can I-
every major cricket match, 1 minute, before every major cricket match I can recall in the last several years, Aaj Tak and Geo TV would have joint programs where the anchors would speak to each other, cricketers would speak to each other. Wo sab theek hai, tab changa si. That's changa. Now suddenly, after Pakistan, nahi, kaun
No, no,
hai?
come on,
Ye
Rajdeep.
dushman hai. Kya tumhara double standards
first,
hai?
Rajdeep,
In
we need
this
to figure out
channel
whether we
only.
want to play cricket or not. Let's not go into all this.
Add
Yeah,
something
Geeta.
that every time there is anything that is where you see forward movement between India and Pakistan on people to people, you know who gets riled the most? It's the Pakistani military to
Yes.
no end.
And
the
Gaurav Sawant.
Pakistani military.
And Gaurav Sawant.
Come on,
Pakistani
Rajdeep. No,
military
come
and
on,
Gaurav
Rajdeep,
Sawant
hold
get
on.
right.
Rajdeep,
It's
come
true.
on. No,
He
no,
said
no.
it on the show.
Can I just simply say that Rajdeep may think that there is a switch on and switch off mechanism in Pakistan terror towards India?
No, I
There
never
is no
said that.
switch off.
I never said that.
There is
I never said
consistent.
that.
It's only
Please don't
people
make-
like
I never said
Rajdeep
that.
who switch off.
No,
but
please
no,
don't.
Pakistan
I
is
can't
continuously
say.
bleeding
This is
India.
where I object.
Continuously
No, no,
bleeding.
Again, one second, I'm sorry.
Bleeding
You are
India.
not answering my
I'm sorry,
question.
time out,
bleeding
time out,
India
time out.
non-stop.
No, no, no.
Pakistan since
Time out,
1947
time out,
is bleeding
time
India.
out.
Unfortunately,
No, one second. When nobody listens to the moderator, I will call. When nobody listens to the moderator, I will call time out. Nobody else is seen on screen. Nobody else is seen. When nobody listens to the moderator, I have to keep yelling time out.